In today's video, we're going to be talking about my problem with Fortnite. Currently, Fortnite, I gave this season a C, and
Chapter
I
5
also
season,
ranked
C.
it a 6.7 out of 10, probably a 7.1. So, I just have a couple of occurring problems with the game that I just feel like need to be fixed. Let's get into them. So, there are pros and cons to the game, and I feel like I should start off what Fortnite's doing well. I do like the medallion system. I think it's actually a really cool idea. I think it's really cool. But at the same time, the nerf completely defeated the purpose. You can get up to a medallion, like what a single medallion does, within 2 minis. Like, it used to be like it just progresses kind of slowly, but it gets you to 100 shield. But now it only gets you to 50, and the more medallions you get, it adds on 10 shield to like what it could charge you up to without popping a shield powder mini or anything. And that's kind of annoying. I like the old system that like the more you had, the faster you got shield. But now it's like it's kind of messed up because like you only get 50 shield on one, which is hard enough to get, and it does. I just feel like it's not really rewarding, and it doesn't really do much for you because you could literally do the same thing in really common 2 minis that I could literally just get out of a chest. It's that simple. There's your medallion. So that's my first pro for the game that turned into a con. The next pro I have for the game is the loot pool. Now, at the start of the season, I didn't like the loot pool. I thought it was really complicated because I thought there were like so many different weapons. I just learned that the different names were like the different attachments to the weapons, which brings us to our next pro. I'll talk about that in a minute. But the loot pool really has grown on me. I think it's actually a nice loot pool. Shotgun meta is great. I think if they buffed the hammer pump by like 10 damage, it would be a fantastic shotgun. But still, when I have a gray pump and I'm hitting full body shots for 68, doesn't make me very happy. The auto shotgun's fantastic though. Doesn't matter the damage because boom, boom, boom. It's like a drum shotgun. So I do actually enjoy the shotgun meta. I say they buff the hammer pump a bit, or at least buff the fire rate if it's going to stay at the same damage it's at. But overall, a good loot pool. I like the SMGs. Maybe buff the hyper damage by like 2, 3. The Thunderburst is great. And the AR meta was super OP at the start of the season. I'm kind of glad they nerfed it a bit because you get lasered by a striker within 4 seconds and be dead. So that wasn't good. And the next weapon I would mention is actually one of the cons. But let's just go to our next pro, which is mods. Now the mods are super cool. I like how they added the different scopes, the different barrels, and I like how it's simple right now. I think they shouldn't add too many more mods. I think it's good to be updated later on, but I don't want to choose between like 28 modifications. I think max of 6 would just be good enough. It would be simple. So that's good. The mods are really good. I think the muzzles, like everything, every type of mod is good. I don't think they should add more to the 4, except for if you're gonna add like more different attachments, like different scopes or something. But I think the 4, like muzzle, laser, and like different attachments basically in each section is good. So that's good. I also believe the map has grown on me slightly. Just a bit. Not that much. I still think the map is kind of boring, but it's getting better, I feel like. And in a couple updates, you never know, it could be like Chapter 2 Season 2 I heard is coming back to the game, so that would actually be great. I'm really hopeful for next season because I think Chapter 5 has a lot of room to grow. Honestly, there's never been like a Season 1 that's actually been good starting off, except for Chapter 3. But Chapter 4 was like, eh. Chapter 1 was like the way start of the game. And Chapter 2 would have been good if it was like a regular 3-month season. But they made it almost like, they made it like 4.5 months. So they kind of ruined that season. Oh, it's a bird. So yeah, I like the, according, contrary to popular belief, I do like the Battle Pass. I think Montague is a pretty alright skin, like a 6 out of 10. Valerie is actually like an 8 to 9. It's a pretty cool skin, cool concept idea. Oscar is pretty cool, except for he takes up the entire screen. Same with Peter Griffin, but both are like 9 out of 10 skins. Hope is actually a pretty cool idea. Same with Vengeance Jones. I just like the Battle Pass kind of fits the season, like kind of serious, like Society versus Underground. So that's pretty cool. I'm so glad they brought back like LTMs even just for Winterfest. It was really fun to play Ship It Express. So that was something they did really good. That was another pro. Let's just go into cons. Because there are quite a few of them. It's crazy to think over the OG season. I was just like, my account basically like moved completely to the just being a Fortnite account and like being a comedy Fortnite account. I'm glad I've broken free of that. But for like a while in like early to mid, even late November, I was definitely a Fortnite kid. And that's because it was a great season. And I know it's hard to replicate that, and I know it would be hard for Chapter 5 Season 1 to kind of ride off of that, but I feel like it didn't even make an attempt. And I do love the updates. I think it's still a growing game, and I do believe that it's gonna become a great game again. But just currently, I feel like it's kind of mid, and like I've said before, I can't expect the game to have a first season of a chapter like absolutely fantastic, but I'd expect like a B at least. But usually season 2 of like every chapter so far has been pretty good, except for Chapter 3. But Chapter 1, 2, kind of 4, I actually didn't play at that time, but I've actually heard good things about that season. They added Mega City, which I did actually really like as a POI. So yeah, I think Season 2 has been great so far, and if what I'm hearing about them bringing back Chapter 2 Season 2 is true, then that's actually great. I think it will be a great season next season. If Midas and like Meowscles and Brutus and everybody came back, that would be really, really cool. Because that was my third favorite season of all time. So it would be fun to go back to that. But I'm getting off topic here. Let's go to the cons. I think my first con is probably snipers. Now, this is when I was talking about the loot pool. I said one of the weapons was a con. This is the con. Now, I don't have a problem with snipers, like, overall. I think they're fun to use, and I hate going against them, which is basically, like, every good weapon in the game. But, I mean, they're so OP in the sense that, like, they do so much damage. And, like, it's not fun to face them, because if you get one headshot, I think they have green snipers. So, why is that an indefinite headshot even in zero build? Not that I play zero build, but that's absolutely just outrageous. That a green sniper is gonna destroy you and not even give you a chance to live. Like in Chapter 2, the green bolt did like 180 to the head, I think, and I missed Chapter 3 snipers where it would be like 95 body shot even for a blue sniper, because I don't like the overpowered snipers. I think if it's a purple or gold sniper, it should do like 210 to 220, but like if it's green, why is it doing 250 to the head? I mean, that's just absolutely crazy. My next con was one of the half pros from before to half con the map. As much as I want to like it, it just feels boring. It doesn't feel like, and not in the sense that it's like too simple. It's not too simple. If anything, it's too complex. But I don't know. It just feels like any location that the guys mark is like, I don't know about that place. How about this place? I don't know about that place. Like, no place just feels like an absolute, not like Tilted Towers or like Salty Springs or Retail Row or Pleasant Park. None of the locations today are like that, and I don't blame it because they haven't had the chance to grow and be iconic like that. But at the same time, as soon as those locations were locations, they were pretty popular. But there's no location today that I can think of that's like, except for Snooty Steps for the memes because Peter Griffin's there. But no location currently that I could think of that's like, oh my gosh, like this is absolutely the best location of the season. Like there's nothing in this season that is really feeling like that. Like Snooty's mid, actually, because it's way on the outside. You're gonna get swallowed up by Storm as soon as you hit that vault. And then you got places in the middle like Ruined is so mid. I hate that location. You can't even build there. Fencing is There's so many people that land there all the time, and it doesn't feel big enough to like have that many people there. And Lavish is good, but once again, Storm. Same with Grand Glacier. I do enjoy it, but I get swallowed up by Storm as soon as I go to the vault. So there are just so many underlying problems with the map that I really hope we can like fix, because right now, like I said, the season for me is sitting at a 6.7 out of 10, which is it's a C, like I said. Now the third con is actually the medallion. Now, I know this was a pro earlier, but like I said, what it was originally was a pro. Now it's a con. Like I said, it was a pro that turned to a con. Because medallions nowadays, like I said, only healed a 50 shield. That's useless. Like I said, you can get that out of a chest with 3 minis. There's your medallion right there. And honestly, minis are way more efficient too. You can hold more of them. And it's like, it's just, minis feel more useful than medallions nowadays, because the medallions are just there and they just give you 50 shield. I don't know what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say is medallions, the nerf absolutely killed the system. And I think like, it wasn't a good update to nerf the medallions, because nobody was complaining about them. I was not complaining about them. Nobody was. So why would you fix something that's not broken? And they just broke it further when it wasn't even broken. So what was the point of that, Epic? Like, what? I want to add one more pro to the list, which would be Winterfest. And that's not like a massive pro, but it just relates to the season, and it was super fun to get all those skins. I participated every day of Winterfest, and I enjoyed it. And I got Winterfest Bushranger, and I got Holiday Boxy, and I feel like all the cosmetics were pretty good. But, no buts, actually it was just a good season. It wasn't a season. I meant it was a good stretch. Like, those couple of weeks were actually really fun. Like I said earlier, I enjoyed Ship It Express. I enjoyed all that. And that was actually a good part of the season. That was one pro I wanted to add, but that's like kind of built in at this point. That's not like an update. Now back to the cons. Another con I have is bosses really don't feel special. Like, you have like 10 of them scattered across the map, and it kind of defeats the purpose of like them being bosses if they're at every location. And same, there's a key card at literally every POI that doesn't have a boss. Like, that kind of defeats the purpose. We don't want vaults everywhere, which is kind of like leading back to the map problems, that it's just not as simple. It's like more complex now. Because why why does it have to be a vault everywhere? Why can't it just be a location where you get good loot and just come out like, yeah, that was fun. We kind of wiped that out. Why does it have to be every location just has a vault now? It feels like every weapon now in the game has a mythic version with a boss. I feel like I miss Chapter 2, Season 2, where there were just a couple bosses around the map. Midas, Meowscles, Brutus, and they were all fantastic weapons, but now it feels like mythic weapons have just become another rarity. They don't feel special anymore. And I wish they would bring, like, vaulted weapons out of the vault like they did in Chapter 2, Season 2, and made that mythic and gave that to a boss instead of, like, just a regular loot pool, because that doesn't feel special. It just feels like another rarity. I feel like that definitely, that should be fixed a bit. They should definitely give back some vaulted weapons to the bosses of nowadays. Alright, final con. I know this video might have been boring. I'm gonna try and edit it up a bit, don't worry. The final con. I know Fortnite can't control this, but it's the player base. I hate just trying to hop on Fortnite, have fun, skybase with the boys a bit, and getting shot down by some loser born in 2016 that is just, like, out there trying to sweat and get earnings and stuff. It's like, I don't care. Like, let me have fun. I know you're not an OG. I know you don't remember those days because you were 3 years old, but try to understand that we're just trying to have fun right now, and you're kind of ruining that. If we're skybasing, why don't you build up to us and maybe, I don't know, like, say hi? Unless it's the last people, even if, though, don't shoot them down. Like, give them the win. They're the OGs. They built the platform for this game. Why are you shooting them down? They are not hurting you. The only acceptable time that you would ever shoot down a skybase that I've done, unless they're shooting at you, give them the win. If they're peaceful skybasers, they're OGs, give them the win. I've had a skybase that I was about to let win, and then they started shooting down at me. I said, okay, you want to play that way? I shot them down. But unless they're doing that, like, I've seen multiple skybases that I build up to and say hi to the guys on there. Because why would I shoot them down? They're just trying to have fun in the game, and I'm just gonna, say hi. So I feel like skill-based matchmaking should definitely not exist anymore. I remember there was a short stretch in Chapter 2, I don't remember when, but they took out skill-based matchmaking, and that was so fun, because I would be in with literal defaults. And that was, I didn't know defaults even existed anymore, because I was off of a retirement from Season X, because that season was horrible. And, yeah, so I think skill-based matchmaking should be eliminated, because it's just like, I'm put in with sweats all the time, and I don't know why. That literally triple edit on you, box around you when you try to build a stair to defend yourself, they build a pyramid under you, bang, shoot you, do popular, popular. Like, what is that? You're so weird, bro. Like, take a shower, put on some deodorant, do something, please. Anyway, so that was my rant, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'm Kevster10, signing out. Peace. Hang up. Hang up. Hang up.